Hello, this is Victor. I'm here with a new wiki painting, and this time I'm going to do the bell of this spell in Cooperish color. Okay, so we are going to go for Cooper bronze color. We will start using Balthasar gold. Okay, although it's called gold, for me it's more a Cooper than gold, really. So we are going to apply this on all the bell parts, including the linings. Okay, you need to go over the linings, but don't be worried if I go over the linings. So here, this tutorial will focus on how to do the Cooper, so the linings and any other elements are not going to be covered. If you want to know how to do this green thing, I did another tutorial that was on the vortex, similar spell, so that you can see how I do the linings and the green smoke. Okay, here I will focus mainly to avoid repetition. I will focus on the bell, on the Cooper part. So as you can see, I will apply a layer of Balthasar gold. Okay, and once this is done, we will let it dry. So I applied that, I let it dry, and I will be back. So once the Balthasar gold is applied, the next step we are going to apply Agrax air shade. This will give all the shading we need, and you will see that will give this coppery look that we are looking for. So I'm going to apply Agrax air shade on the bell, and you will see will also pop up all the detail, all the engraved we have here. Okay. And then we will need to wait that this dry before doing any further step. When you apply the washes, as usual, try to avoid this pulling, try to distribute it quite uniformly, and in that case we try not to dirt the green. So be also one of the most important things when painting is to understand in which order to paint the different parts, and when you can be more messy and when you should be more precise. Okay, this will also give you speed when you understand the right order to do the things. As you can see, there is a lot of linings around this bell, so this will be done at the end, because it's going to be easier to be careful and do the lining balls later on. Okay, see, we put too much here. We put too much, we drag some out, and we need to do as well the inside. Especially the bottom of the inside. Put there, but I know we are going to wait that this dries, but I take a little bit out if we have put too much in some places. You have to look at the parts, and you will see I was talking about putting too much, and here I make a big mistake. So I will take this out and I will absorb this. You see it's falling from the one that I put inside of the bell, so this is a mistake. I will need to clean this later on. It's falling from the inside of the belt. Let me just... So if this happens, I will just do like that, and will disappear all this. This is the difficulty of this part. So the belt have not a very nice grip inside. I just want to play a little bit. Okay, what we are going to do is I'm going to apply a couple of layers. So I will wait that this dries, because you have to build slowly. If not, it's going to pull too much at the back. Okay, so we are going to do, you can apply something like that. We can also put it upside down. So I will put it like that, so we have the wash in both directions. So I will place the belt like that, and I wait that this dries. So this is how it looks like once the wash have dried. And next I'm going to use Sycorax bronze in dry brushing in that case. Okay, if it's, I will use it dry brushing. My Sycorax bronze is quite thick, so this is ideal for dry brushing. But we are going to start very soft, and in that case I need to be careful not to go on the green smoke. So I'm using this is a makeup brush, a small makeup brush, and you just go, and you will see that it starts having all this bronze touch. Okay. So you can go with that, and you see bronze Couperis. This is Sycorax bronze. Couperis is a little bit more, I would say, reddish. And this nice way, so now it's looking quite nice. And now, yeah, like how looks like that. Okay, I will clean the brush. Another brush. You can see this is a makeup brush. So I think these are quite soft, and they look quite well, this dry brushing. If you want, I don't think I will. No, yeah. The next thing we can do, we can use again Sycorax just to. We want to add some additional, more like touching some of the details really. I'm trying to go more intentional with the highlight, so we can intensify the parts we want it to be brighter. Okay, so I always like, after dry brushing, if it's needed to, for example here on the rim, I want to go even brighter. Okay, so I apply directly the Sycorax here, and this is up to everybody, but I will apply a little bit, so we can use. I will use more instead of using the annihilated side. I find this too, I will say, too blue for my taste. So I prefer to use, in that case, Coelia green shade. Okay. And what I will do is I will apply this mainly. I will in this, instead of doing a full wash, I will apply in the parts where I want some additional depth on the and then if you go over, we'll give a little bit of green touch. Okay, that will help to give this, that will work quite well on this one. Okay, so for example here I will go on this one here. You can go around this. Okay, and on top of the Skaven it will work quite well because it will match what with the, so it will complement the green we have on the lining. So you can as well, for example this bottom, I will do it completely green. Okay. So if you want, if this part is completely up to everybody, but I think giving this green, especially on the Skaven, will add, and here and in that way I can add this where I have the runes. You can have even use this as a to complement the OSL if you want to do OSL on the runes. I will not do it in that case. I want to go for an easy going job. I don't want to now start bothering on doing all the runes. Okay, and we go up here on this. Try to go on all these crevices. Okay, and be careful and take into account that once it divides completely, it's not going to be that visible anymore. So we have here some like rusting, so we can go around here. So just, if you want, I prefer to use this, to be fair, over Nihilate Oxide. I think this is more can be integrated easier on the paint job. Okay, and if you have followed how to do, I know the gold is a noble metal and cannot be rusted or is not oxidizing. But if you want to make old metal, a way to make it look older is to put a little bit of green, and it's because the dirtiness will create this type of greenish tint over time. In this case we are talking about a magical belt, so most likely it will not rust neither, because it's a magical belt. This is a spell, so I imagine this is a magical manifestation, not even maybe solid, really solid, but I like to put some of this green because I think it will complement a lot the work. So this gem is going to go here. I will go this gem green later on, so I will do the eyes as well. So just it's a coily green shade will complement very well and will help as well on this case. You see here the half dry is not that strong anymore. Here we have a dot. So where I see damages on the bell, I put a little bit more. Then the inside of the bell I'm doubting because it's not going to be visible once it's on the table. Okay, you see. So I'm really have here like a crevice, so I will also apply that. It's a furious bell, this thing. Okay. So it's up to everybody how much you want to add of green. Okay, I'm following here the shape of the Skaven face. Okay, I will do the same here. We have also well the linings. Here we have the hornet, right, and rat. Okay, and now we wait that this dries, and this is a way to do copper. So it will like nice, and I think will do well. So yeah, this was a fast one, I guess. A way to do copper, how to play with it, and just as a recap, remember, base color was Balthasar gold, not let me find it Here I have the Sycorax bronze. Here I have this was the base color, Balthazar Gold. Okay. Then we have applied a wash of Agrax Earthshade. Then we did a dry brush of Sycorax bronze, and then we add some details of some shade with Coelia green shade. And by applying all these colors that you see here, this is the final result. Okay, it's still drying, still some parts wet with the Coelia green shade, but I think it looks quite nice. So that's all for this tutorial. I hope you like it. Please give a like if you have liked. Let me know what do you think about the painting of this bell. Yeah, if you have any suggestion, don't hesitate to leave the suggestion in the comments below. And that's all for now. As usual, thanks a lot for watching, and see you again later. Bye.